of 0, 0. How do you move something left or right? How do you move the graph left or right from there? Jordan?
Add or subtract something after the x squared.
That's up or down. Well, it depends on how you word it. To move it left or right, you have to have parentheses. And then, so like there, x plus 3 squared. That'll move it left or right. If you do h of x equals x squared plus 3 like this, the plus 3 is on the outside, that's going to move it which way? Up 3. Now, this is kind of backwards. If this is x plus 3, it actually moves it which way? Moves it left. Okay, so those are kind of the basics. All right, let's take a look at that sheet from yesterday. And then let's just go through it. So for the first one there, for number 2, now we did the left-hand side, right? I think we did the left-hand side.
Yes.
All right, so for number 2, Hanan, what do you think? Which one is narrower? You said this one here, g of x? All right, we're going to flip that around. It's actually going to be f of x. Because here's what you do is you look at the absolute value, and you really just ignore the negative. So that's going to be 3. That's going to be 2. The bigger the number, the narrower the graph. So that means f of x will be narrower. So check what you put down. If you put g of x, flip it. Okay, so that means f of x will be narrower. All right, so what about number 4? What about number 4? Is that
They're the same.
They're the same. They're the same. Okay? They're the same. You're just looking at, you got a 4 and you got a negative 4. We don't even worry about the sign. So that's a little bit of a trick question. Same. Okay, fix that one. All right, how about for g of x? Jalen, how about for number 6? What's going to happen with there? Describe, does it move left or right? Or up or down? What'd you say?
Left.
How far?
Would it be 1?
Not 1, because look at there, because it's x plus what number there?
Oh,
5, so it's going to move left 5 units. So it's going to move left 5. What's its vertex going to be? Okay, what's its vertex going to be? All right, that's the key thing. Make sure that.
Negative 5, 0.
Negative 5, 0. So good. Negative 5, 0. That's going to be the vertex. All right, number 8. Grant, you know what's going on here? Which way is it moving?
Left 3 and up 2.
All right, left 3. Good. And then up 2. And then that means our vertex, what would you say the vertex would be, Grant?
Negative 3, 2.
Good. Negative 3, 2. Negative 3, 2. That would be correct. All right, Tommy, what about number 10?
Go up 4.
Up 4, that's it. No left or right. So we go up 4, and Tommy, what's its vertex going to be?
0 and 4.
Good, 0, 4. Now for 12, this 1/2 affects the width. It's going to make it wider, but it does not affect the moving left or right. London, what do you think here in terms of left and right and up and down?
I said right 2 and up 6.
Good. Right 2 and up 6. And what's going to be the vertex? Do you know?
2, 6.
Good. 2, 6. So now, here's what's happening. It's going to open up. It's going to have a vertex at 2, 6. So it's going to look something like that. So at least you have an idea. All right, let's do 14 together. I know I didn't ask you to do that, but let's do it together. All right, where's the vertex? The vertex is going to be based upon which way it moves, left or right, up or down. So where do you think the vertex is, Christian?
Would be would it be like right 2 and up 3?
Right 2, up 3, and so what would be the coordinates to that point?
2, 3.
Yep, 2, 3.
Sorry.
Go to 2, 3 and put a point right now. Everybody do that. Go to 2, 3, put a dot. All right, now this is where you really got to read the directions. We got to do a table of values. Doing -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2 doesn't necessarily work in this case here. So it says use a table of values using the vertex and 2 points to the left and 2 points to the right. Well, those 2 points are x values. Okay, they're x values. So the vertex is at 2. What are the two x values to the left? They would be 1 and then 0. And then the two x values to the right would be 3 and 4. So here's the ones I want to have: 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So give me a table: 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do that. Okay. Think of like, make sure you have, make sure that you no cross this yet. We gotta get the point. Okay, we're gonna plug in. And now I got h of x. Now that negative's on the outside, which affects things. So negative x minus 2 squared plus 3. So for the first case, you're gonna plug in 0. Let me just do this up here. Your calculator will work, but you should be able to do this kind of just by hand. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4, but you have that negative on the outside. That negative is not affected by the squared. So it looks like that gives me negative 4 plus 3, which is negative 1. So I'm going to check that, and then I'm also going to do this to see if I'm right. I'm going to put a negative parentheses. 0 minus 2 squared plus 3. And I get negative 1. So that point here is 0, negative 1. All right. Preston, you plug in 1. Christiana, you plug in 2. Okay. Allie, you plug in 3. Austin, you plug in 4. And everybody else, at least pick one number to plug in. Okay, plug in 1, and so we can double check and see what we get. Which one did I tell you plug in 1?
Yeah.
All right. And then Christiana 2, Allie 3, and then Austin, you're plugging in 4. See what you're getting for that one.
That's what I had before.
Plug in at least one. You sure? Preston, what'd you get for 1? The number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, Christiana, what'd you get for 2? Then keep going then. Allie, you got 3?
Yeah, 2.
Austin, you got 4? Whoa, I don't think negative 6 is kind of off the. I don't think that one's right. Do it again. Do it again. Plug her in. Make sure that negative's on the outside. For that first one. Yeah. All right, you gotta take that. So we can plug in that too. You get all that. That's what you get. All right, so Christiana got 3, which is what she should get because that's the vertex. Awesome. How about 4 again? You keep getting negative 6. What's going on there? So let's see, negative 4 minus 2 squared plus 3. Way off. What was he typing in? 1 minus 4. All right, make sure you use that equation. All right, so now I got 0, negative 1. I got 1, 2, 2, 3, which we already had. 3, 2, 4, negative 1. Connect it with a smooth curve. We want the vertex in the middle. We want the 2 points left and right so I get a good picture of it. What makes it open down? What makes it open down? Okay, Christian?
The negative.
The negative in that front. Okay, so some of you had it opening up automatically. You got to be careful there. So it opens down. All right, let's see if we've gotten any better. Let's see if we've gotten any better. So here you got, let me hand these out.
New.
Okay, these are the ones we've just done. Go ahead and do the first 6. It says 1 through 3 and 1 through 3. Stop when you get down to the graphs.
Like 13, 14.
It's rainbow day.
I think I'm signing 1 through 11. No, so we're gonna have a case. Let's go up. Or if we just want to go at it. Or if you want to do it, you get tired of listening to me. I guess that grade book was pretty good back there. That's what I like to see. I don't have to mess with it. All of a sudden, Saxon's starting to yeah, she had about 2 or 3 days where nobody missed. Yeah, it's just the last 2 today. Joe's, well, it's a quarantine. Yesterday. Yeah, I sent him a message yesterday and said, try to keep up with the work, just submitted. Yeah. And now this is my one, all the others got the graphs on there. That's what I forgot. I know. Yeah. This one, we are attending the cemetery. Yeah. And then this one, where it's at, something like that. We just need to do the graphing ones. Sometimes just do 1 through 11. I can get 5. Yeah, between the days tomorrow though. Yes, yeah, 1 through 11, what are we gonna get done with today? That's on side. Then what they can't do is go over. That's just cool. Yeah, we get to that. These one, that's the second difference, right? Yeah, second difference. For the Ys. Yep. Yeah, show it. Yeah. You know that I got this ready. Okay. You're not thinking which ones, right? All right, what's your vertex?
2.
All right, okay, so you want to do 2 to the left and 2 to the right. No, you can't. Oh, well, yeah, but you want to do 4 and 0. And then you gotta do, but I gotta see, those, all those next ones. All right. This is any. This one. But you can do this. And right here, this one here. And this one, this one is zero. But we're gonna be in the right. All right. All right. How you gonna describe the transformation? Yep, so compared to our X squared.
All right, Jordan, what do you got for first one? Which one is narrower? Okay, good. F of x is narrower because the 0.25 will make the g of x the wide one. Okay, so f of x is narrower. Tommy, how about the second one?
I said yes.
You said g of x? All right, that is correct. Remember, we look at the absolute value of the number in front of the x squared. So the absolute value of -5 is 5. 5 is a bigger number than 4. So that means g of x is narrower. Okay, for that one. And Amanda, how about the third one?
F of x.
All right, f of x is narrow. Now, if it's in this form, okay, because we haven't had a lot like that, that number in front will end up being the constant in front of x squared. We don't need to go through the whole multiplication process. That too, if it's bigger than that -1, so f of x is narrower. All right, now, so using transformation, all I want to know is which way it moves and then the vertex. So Jaylee, what do you think on how it moves?
It's gonna go
Right 4 and up 3. Now, what's being moved is this function right here.
A little bit different.
You guys got a different one?
Yeah, we have right 5.
Right 5 up 3. All right, so you got a 5 here. So make that a 5. So again, we talked about what's being moved. X squared is being moved, and x squared usually starts at 0, 0. So it's been moved right 5 up 3. So where's its new vertex at? Okay, so where's its new vertex at, Jaylee? 5, 3. All right, good. Let's see if we match on the next one. Is that what you got? All right, good. Christian, what about that one?
Left 2, down 8.
Left 2, down 8, good.
And then 2, -8.
2 right.
And then vertex, what did you say for the vertex?
2, -8.
Make sure it's -2.
Oh,
-2, -8, because it goes left 2. And is that your third one, Preston?
yes.
Yes? All right, what do we got with that one?
You go down 6.
Down 6. Does it move left or right? Nope. Down 6. So what's my vertex?
0, -6.
All right, 0, -6. All right, now, I don't know why I got number 13, but I do. But this is, hopefully we got the same equation, right? This tends to be the hard part. You got to read the direction because we graph a couple different ways. And depending on the directions, will tell you what to plot. It says identify the coordinates of the vertex. That just is how it moves. All right, so do you know, Zane, can you look at that and tell me the coordinates of the vertex?
Yes.
What's it going to be?
2, -3.
All right, good. So where you have that line there, he is correct. The vertex is 2, -3. If you want to, you can plot that if you feel confident. So it's 2, -3. And so down below there, you got that line. All right, now what points do we now pick? You have to have a table of 5 values. And actually the vertex is going to be in the middle. Okay? So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to have one more down here. So the vertex is going to be there, and I need to do 2 basically kind of to the left or above it, and 2 below it. What x, and I don't really know the best way to describe this, Mr. Schler, I'm all for help here. But how do you figure out what x values we use? Do you know, Allie, do you know what they are? You're a good go-to. No, I'll put you on the spot. All right.
And just think of a number line.
Hanan.
Can I just read them all?
Yeah, what do you got?
I have 1, 0, 3, and 4.
Say that again.
1, 0, 3, and 4.
I'm going to flip and go in order 0, 1, and then she got 3 and 4. And I like what Mr. Schler said. If I got 2, that needs to be in the middle. And if I go 2 to the right and 2 to the left, That's 3 and 4, that's 1 and 0. So that might be the best way, is to think about that, is you want that in the middle.
Maybe we make that chart horizontal. I don't know.
I don't know either. So 0, 1, so now you're just gonna plug in those numbers. So plug in those numbers. All right, Colin, you plug in 0. Zane, you plug in 1. Okay, just for kicks, Sam, plug in 2. Christian, you plug in 3. And Zach, you plug in 4. And let's see what we get. And everybody else plug in at least one number. At least one number.
No, you second have this one.
I don't want to.
Colin?
Yeah.
You got 1. All right. Zane,
-2.
you got -2. Sam, you better get -3. Christian, -2, and Zach.
1.
All right, those are correct. Make sure you get those down if you don't have them down. Make sure XY chart with those. Plot them, and then draw your graph. 0, 1. 1, -2. Whoops, I even put it in the wrong spot. 1, -2. 2, -3. 3, -2. 4, 1. And it should look like that. Okay. Morgan, did I do that right? All right, thanks. I need that reinforcement. Positive reinforcement goes a long way. Thanks. All right, -2, x plus 3 squared plus 6. What's that -2 going to do out in front? It's going to make it narrower, and it's also going to make it open which way? Down. All right, find the vertex. Look at that. See if you can identify where the vertex is. This the x plus 3. That tells you there. Vertex, who that hand up? I saw a hand up. Christiana. Not 3, but -3. Because we're gonna move left 3 up 6. So left 3 up 6. And so my vertex, and I know yours is down below, is -3, 6. All right, so I'm gonna think number line. So even here, I got the number line right in front of me, -3, 6. If this is -3, I go 2 to the right and I go 2 to the left. As I go to the right, it gets bigger, which is actually -2, -1. As I go to the left, it gets smaller, which is -4, -5. So my chart, should look like that: -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. Okay, so it should look like that. And so I want to plug in. Hey, let's kind of do this mentally. What's -5 plus 3? -2, right? What's -2 squared? 4. What's -2 times 4? -8 plus 6? All right, it says -2. Plug in -4. -4 plus 1 is -1 squared. -1 squared is 1. -2 times 1 is -2. -2 plus 6? -2 plus 6. 4. Okay, now let's see what you get. Plug in -3, -2, -1. You can use your calculator. I don't want to spoil it for everyone.
Oh, you're again? Yeah. Me and Colin, I don't know. I just thought it up. No, I actually did these two, but for some of them, like these ones, I kind of thought up Colin. For some of them.
It's gotta be one at every table, so.
Yep.
I just want to keep up with it.
Go ahead, plug in.
Colin's smart, but you know, he's okay.
We got plug in for X.
Wait, Mr. Slur.
Hey.
They haven't remembered the numbers of pi.
Yeah.
280.
Wait, today's the 16th. Well, I got 14th up there. I went backwards yesterday.
That's
I went back
crazy.
in time.
You just love Friday so much.
You ever have chocolate chess pie?
Chocolate chess pie,
I
now.
can remember maybe like it's just like chocolate.
And then first time we had it down at the Angus Barn in Raleigh, North Carolina. Andy made it.
How many numbers pie can you remember?
Like 5.
I can remember like 10 maybe.
3.14. I got 2. 3.15. Yeah.
2, 6, 5, 3, 5, 8, 9, 7.
All right. Grant, what do we get for -3?
6,
-2.
4,
1, -1.
-2.
If you do this right, then that should happen, that little mirror action. It should happen if we've done everything right. When I plug in -4, I get 4. I plug in -2, I get 4, or -5, -2. Where's that at? Okay, and -3, 6, -2, 4, and then -1, -2. So that should happen, that those two are the same. So it should open down. All right, now this is the last piece, and I hope you feel better. I feel better. I think we got a little bit better handle on it. Okay, here. So right now, get out a clean sheet of paper because we're gonna start the practice test because there's some things on there I think we need to review because it's been a little while. It's been a little while.
I can stay here. That's
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, you put your name on here.
Oh, we need a piece of paper?
Yeah, you did piece of paper.
Remind me, is this test going on this night?
This test is going on this next week, so.
So if I fail it, if you fail it, you might grade. Too bad.
Fail your grade will drop.
I feel like it would be worse to fail the first test. I think if you fail me, you should just put my grade, like push it up.
The thing I know.
Just like, just give him like a 95.
Yeah, I know.
All right, it's been a while. I think you're gonna need a little bit of help. We're gonna do these, we're gonna work together. So you should not miss the first few of these, just to kind of help you remember what the heck's going on. It's been a few minutes. So if you take a look. Number one, Christian, you said you know what's going on, right?
Exactly.
All right, how do we do number 1? Because I forget.
I don't know.
All right, I knew this would happen, and that's okay. You just need a little reminder.
I have no idea.
How do we take a chart and tell whether it's quadratic? And you have to do a couple things. You have to show a couple things. Anybody remember? Jordan,
Isn't it like you have to find a difference between the bottom numbers and then find the difference again?
there you go. You got it. That's impressive. You got to find a second difference. Now I know they're horizontal. A lot of you are, I think, a little more comfortable if they're vertical. So on your paper, I'm going to, or on here, I'm going to mark them this direction: -12, -5, -4, -3, +4. And we gotta find, and you got to show us this work. Okay, you just can't say yes or no. You gotta show us what you're doing. And we found what we call the differences, the second difference. We gotta find the first difference, basically -12 to -5. And really all you gotta do is figure out how much up or down you go. -12 to -5. +7. So you go +7. And then -5 to -4, that would be +1. -4 to -3 is again what? +1. And then -3 to 4, +7. Now that's just the first difference. And that doesn't tell us whether it's quadratic. Okay, Christian?
It's not quadratic.
Okay, but now you actually gotta make sure I see all these numbers for that second difference. So don't just stop there and say not quadratic. So what would be this? 7 to 1 would actually be minus 6. 1 to 1, you put 0, it doesn't go anywhere. And 1 to 7 would be plus 6. You achieve these same numbers by taking like the second number minus the first number. Like you want to use your calculator, you would do 4 minus -3. -3 minus -4. But since those are not the same, these are not the same, it means it is not quadratic. Not quadratic. Because the second differences are not the same. Are not the same. All right, so now with that one, since we did that one together, you see if you can do number 2, do the whole shebang, write out the chart, show your second differences. I believe tomorrow's quiz test is 54 points.
Play tomorrow.
Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Just making sure you're seeing who's listening.
Oh, thanks.
Seeing who's listening.
Dude, I'm.
She's like, hey, there's no way it's tomorrow. I'm not
always
ready.
a day
What you
off.
want to take tomorrow?
I literally woke up this morning.
All right,
Wednesday or
so
Tuesday?
Thursday.
Got a lot of 5-day weeks coming up.
Oh my goodness. I know.
Didn't know you
I have a cough and a cold.
You sending a picture later?
Yeah, I'll bite your ear.
I'll take your food.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
All right, Grant.
Yes.
Hey, all right, everybody listen up. Fill me in here. What did you get here for these numbers?
-3,
Okay,
-1,
okay,
+1,
okay.
+3,
And what'd you get for here?
+2, +2, +2.
You gotta have this. You gotta show me those second differences. You gotta list them out. And so you got all of those, and that is gonna be, so it is quadratic. That's what we're looking for. Now, quadratic second difference is the same. On the state testing, which we're gonna do in April, and I don't like to deal a ton with it, but there's some things you just I gotta make you, I gotta have you prepared for it. They love to put charts on there. They love to put charts on there and say, is this linear, is this quadratic? Gotta know that, and we'll look at it again, but I just wanna make sure I hit that. All right, for the third one, tell whether the function y plus 4x squared equals -2x is quadratic. Explain. Does the parabola open up or down? These can be really easy or they can be really hard. And one thing you gotta watch, is it quadratic? And that one's easy, I think easier.
That part is, it's like a daily question. You gotta get it
Press.
right.
Yes, is it squared?
Yeah, there's an x squared. Okay, so that would be first part for, I'll call that A. So it is quadratic since there is an x squared term. Okay, since you got an x squared, some of you just put since there's an x squared, which we'll understand, but technically it's an x squared term. Does it open up or open down? What's your first gut, Zane? Ah, dang it. They got you.
Up.
Okay, now here's the deal, Jordan.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's not down.
It could go left or right.
That goes on the side.
Here's where you gotta watch. You cannot say up or down until you get Y by itself. And that's the big thing. You gotta get it in what we call that standard form. So that you gotta move this over. And so once Y is by itself, okay, at that point, because we just, that term just switched signs because we moved it to the other side. Now, at that point, you can say whether it opens up or down. That will open down because the x squared is negative.
I said down.
Did you?
Yeah.
Then,
Good.
You need to know it's
you
wrong.
said that's both not down, so yeah.
I just want to really make sure you're paying attention. And you really were. Zane, I gotta give you a bonus point tomorrow.
Bro, you told me I got it right.
I know. So I gotta take a point away from you because you were really
That's
wrong.
not fair. This is not fair.
So it opens down. Since x squared is negative. I need to pay closer attention to what I'm doing. That's all right, you can say it.
We just assume you guys did it wrong.
I did, that was terrible.
You should give me and that bonus point. 'cause you have me.
Pay attention on number 4. This is one, like we said at the beginning here, we're asking you guys to graph in a lot of different ways, and this is one of those different ways here. So really got to understand the directions of what they're asking you to do.
All right, yeah, so like number 4 here, like you said, there are different, you're gonna come across where it says graph using different methods. So this one here, but the nice thing about this one, what does it tell you to do? It tells you what to use, right? We're gonna plug in what numbers? -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2, because it told us what to plug in. So give me a chart. And we do have to plug in those numbers. Bless you.
God bless you.
All right, when I plug in -2, this is probably gonna be wrong since I'm not doing too good today. I got -7. Anybody agree? All right, now, I got -7. And when I plug in -1, Grant, you got that one or did you just copy over the phone?
No, I got that one. I got 2.
You got 2. And then plug in 0, I believe we get 5. All right, now plug in 1, get 2 as well. And when I plug in 2, -7. Now this one, you do need to draw this out. And make it somewhat neat. Somewhat neat. And then I got 1, 2. And I'm gonna space this out for my, make that 1, make that 2, -1, -2. So -2, -7. Moving down here, -1, 2, 0, 5, 1, 2, and then 2, -7. Looks like that. All right, I know we're running out of time here. I want you to do 1 through 11. Okay, so you got 1 through 4 done. Basically finish up through 11. You might need to look back in your notes for a couple of those. Do your best. If you do have a question, put that down. So that was good. All righty, good work. Sorry, Zane.
We don't like these.
Yeah. It's not what I'm supposed to do.